All right, so a lot of people just straight up don't believe that DMs work. Maybe because you don't answer them, maybe because you just haven't seen success. But just to show you that they do work, here is a ton of proof. And here's some more proof, some more. If that's not enough, here's some more proof, right? And so for those of you that don't believe that DMs work, that right there is just proof that people in fact do read their DMs and really do answer, right? And these are some really, really high level people that I'm sure you would love to have conversations with. And you might be thinking, Alex, that is amazing, dude, but I'm not getting those types of responses, so why should I even care? So I'm about to show you what I did to actually get these guys to respond, get them on a conversation, and a lot of these actually on calls. All right, so we have developed a 7-step framework, and it's exactly what we're going to cover here today. So it's going to be offer, script, credibility, volume, tracking, consistency, and then how to actually carry a conversation. All right, so let's get right into it. Number 1, we have offer. Okay, your offer is going to be your business's main pillar, and a great offer really just makes everything that much more simple, right? It's going to make your marketing easier. It's going to make sales a lot easier. Literally just everything that has to do with you making money. Having a good offer will either make or break your business. Okay, if you have a good offer, it will just make your life so much easier. It will honestly help you get just more people on calls, more people to respond, more paying clients, right? And it's going to help you make more money, which in turn is also going to help your clients get more money, because if you make more money, you're going to have more resources to actually deploy to get them even better results. And what's really, really fundamental about the offer is that it really translates into every other step that we're going to get into today. Okay, so if you don't have a good offer, you can't really move on from this first step. Okay, so first of all, you need a really, really good offer. And so how are we going to do that? I need you to go directly to Alex Hormozi. There is no better person, literally no better person to teach you how to create killer offers than the man himself, Alex Hormozi. Okay, so I'm going to drop all his risks down below. Basically, you just want to make people feel stupid as saying no to you, either on the DMs or on a sales call. If you have a good offer, that's what it'll accomplish. Okay, I specifically recommend that you take a look at his guarantee section, either on his books or on his courses, and I'm going to link down below. They're all free, and this book's like $1 on Kindle or on like Amazon. And then he just released the audio version for free on his podcast on Spotify, so just go check it out. But if you go to the guarantee section, the guarantee is really going to just increase your conversion rates by a mile. Okay, and so for example, my guarantee right now, and why I think my offer is currently working so well, is because I guarantee a 2x ROI monthly, or people will get their money back, right? So what you want to do is you want to revert the risk so that you are taking all the risk and the client has virtually no risk, making it super easy to say yes, and then at the same time making them feel stupid for saying no to you, right? Because who wouldn't want to 2x their investment monthly, or they get their money back, right? So you have to make it super, super easy for them to say yes, and that is exactly what you will learn with Alex Hormozi. Just go on and head on over to Alex Hormozi's YouTube channel, and then just $100 million offers is his book. Just check it out and you will thank me for that later. Okay, so go check all that out, and then once you have your offer, come back to this video so we get into the other 6 steps. All right, so once we have that out of the way, once we have our offer, now we are going to move down to our script. Okay, so what I said at the beginning is true, right? So you need a good offer, because then that will translate into the script, into each of the other steps. What the script basically is putting our offer that we just created into words that will incite our prospects to answer, right? Because when you're sending out DMs, we're going for the answer, not for the call, not for the sale. We just want them to answer, because then we're just going to have a really good conversation with them to then pitch them on a call. And then once on the call, you're going to pitch them to sale. But your main focus when you're sending DMs is actually just to get them to respond. That is all you need to do, right? Obviously positively, which is why we need a good offer that will then translate into our script. Why? Because we just need people to answer, right? And now your script will really depend. It will change depending on your offer, niche, ICP, the account that you're sending from, right? Its status, because it's not the same. Your script isn't going to be the same if you are sending from an account with 0 followers or an account with 100,000 followers, right? I'm talking about Twitter here. It'll also depend on if you have competition or not, or where you are on that rank, right? If you have a lot of leverage and you're all the way up on that pyramid, then your message will be a lot simpler, right? Because you have less to prove than someone that's just starting out. And then it'll also depend on the platform, right? Okay, so something that's really key to remember is that your your DM script will depend on how much leverage you have on that specific platform, which is something that we will get into in the next step, which is credibility. But for the time being, I'm just going to show you a couple different frameworks that you can use for the script. All right, so these are just some quick script example frameworks that you can use, right? So let's get right into them. So first name just got client name, so just got John, an extra X dollars in X time, and we'll do the same for you. Let me know if that's worth a chat. First name, personalized first line. We're gonna get into how to do this using a special software called Drippy AI. I've got an adjective system, so I've got an automated system that's generated $100,000 for my clients. Would you be interested? First name, mind if I shoot over a quick video explaining how I got X result for X client, right? And now these are good, right? Depending on your niche and how much leverage you have. Why? Because you're giving results. You're asking, and the last one, you're asking for permission to actually send out a video leading with value, explaining how you got a certain result for a certain client. So showing the prospect how you did it. So you're leading with value, right? Whole Alex Ramosi thing. Then the adjective system I like because it'll spark curiosity in prospects, like, oh, okay, an automated system. Okay, that's new. So let me see what that's about. And then they'll respond, right? So you do want to incite curiosity from your scripts. Like, for example, one of our clients does short form content, and one of our strategies was to just say, instead of saying short form content, we did SFC. And so what happened was a lot of people actually responded asking what SFC was. And then we did that on purpose because once people respond, whenever you message them back, they'll actually get a notification, right? And if they don't respond, then they won't get a notification if you follow up. And so that's a really good thing, right? If you have a lot of leverage, adding a lot of curiosity will make people respond. And then whenever they respond, when you follow up or when you message them back, then they will get notifications and it'll just make your results go through the roof. Okay. So these I would recommend for any account, right? But maybe not so much for the accounts over the 100K mark. The over 100K mark, again, it would depend. For the most part, I would go for more of a conversational start. Okay. These are more on the conversational side rather than the pitching side, because it's really just like interested. Let me know if it's worth a chat. Can I send over a quick video? It's not like a super hard pitch. I would say it's kind of in the middle of between just starting a conversation and the pitch. I would say it's kind of in the middle. So that's why it kind of works for everyone. But if you have a lot of leverage, a lot of credibility, if you have a really, really important brand, then I would go more on from the middle. So from these over to the conversation side of things, I wouldn't ever go from the middle, which would be the scripts, to the other side, which is just like going straight for the pitch. This is going straight for the pitch, but in a softer way. Now that we got the script out of the way, we have our offer, we have our script. Now we just need to focus on the next step would be to focus on credibility. So now we're going to hop on over to my Twitter to show you exactly how I have my Twitter set up and how it's working, right? So you can do something similar. All right, so let's get right into it. Okay, so this is what my Twitter profile currently looks like, and I'm going to go over the steps that you need to take to add credibility to your brand. Okay, so as you can see, I have not a lot of followers at all, which means that followers really aren't important. So these other things are a lot more important than followers. Ideally, you want to have more followers than the people you're following. Doesn't really matter, as long as everything else looks good, you will be fine. Okay, so you want a really clean profile picture, ideally of your face. Then you want a really clear cover photo, right, to show people exactly what it is that you do. You want to have your name. You really, really, really want to buy the blue check. It's literally just $8 a month, so just get it. You want to have a clean okay, as clean as it can be. And then you want your bio to tell people exactly what it is that you do. Ideally, you want to have a link to your website or maybe some kind of free value, right? What I do is I have a link to my website right here. And then if you go to the location, it'll say, check out more free content here. And then it'll link to my YouTube, right? So what that does is it basically just kind of gives people, or it'll show people that you're an authority in your space by having some free content that people can check out on your YouTube. Or you also want to have some free content going out pretty frequently just on your feed in general. Okay, so you just want to make sure people know that you are active, that you're a real human, that you are providing people with value. Okay, ideally you want to have some sort of way of letting people know that you can take them from point A to point B, right? So case studies show people that you are an authority, and you can do that either just on your Twitter or sending people to your website or directly to your YouTube. Okay, so this is super important. Why? Because this acts like your landing page. So if you have a really good offer, it will translate to a really good message, and people will read your messages, right? It's just a matter of will they respond or not. And a lot of that has to do with what they see once they click on your profile, right? So if they click on your profile and they see nothing, they most likely will not respond because you don't have any credibility. But if they click on your profile and then they see a nice profile, they see a clean profile picture, cover photo, they see a blue check, and then they click around and they're like, okay, this guy's legit, then they will be way more inclined to respond to you. Okay. And on the content side of things, if you haven't been posting any content, there's 2 things I would recommend, or 3 things actually. You could just start posting content yourself. You could hire a ghostwriter, or something else that you can do is you can use some sort of thing like this where you integrate ChatGPT to a Google Sheet, and then it'll just create a bunch of content for you automatically. If you want to get access to this sheet, just message me and I can shoot it over to you, and I'll send you a Loom video explaining exactly how to use it. So that is pretty much it for the credibility side of things. Now we are going to move over to step number 4, which is actually going to be volume. So step number 4 is volume. Okay, and this is why I love Twitter so much for doing outreach. Okay, so on Twitter you can send up to 400 messages per day per account without getting banned. Okay, so and that's crazy. Like on any other platform, the max you can do is 50. You can do up to 75 on LinkedIn, but it's still nowhere. It's not even 1/4 of the volume that you can be sending out on Twitter without getting banned. Like literally, the most that will happen is it'll ask you to do like a little puzzle. So there is literally nothing to worry about. I've never gotten any accounts banned on Twitter for doing outreach, and we have a ton of accounts sending right around 400 messages per day. So we keep it at 16 per hour, and that comes out to 384. So that's the max that we do for all our accounts, and then all our client accounts as well. And you can rest assured that your accounts will be safe. We have never gotten an account banned. Like just imagine you're sending 400 messages per day. You have a really good offer, you have a really good script, and now you have a lot of credibility, right? And you already saw that really high level individuals are opening up their DMs. So it's really hard to not kill it when you follow this framework, okay? The only thing is, you might be thinking, yeah, Alex, 400 messages per day sounds amazing, but dude, I can't do that. Like, I don't have time to be sending out 400 messages per day. And that's right, neither do I. I agree it's impossible to do it manually, but that is why I use software to enhance my outreach, right? So I use automations. My favorite automation for Twitter is Drippy.ai. I will put a link down below to it, and I also have a video on my channel going over exactly how I set it up. And what's great about Drippy is, number 1, you can send out a ton of messages per day. You can add multiple accounts, but then it'll also let you personalize the accounts, okay? So it'll use AI to personalize the messages. It'll take information from the bio, it'll take information from their website, it'll take information from their recent tweets to create a personalized first line for each and every prospect, so you don't have to waste time doing any of that, which is honestly really sick. And there is no tool like it out there. Like, I've tried every Twitter outreach tool and they don't even come close to Drippy. Okay, so just use Drippy, click the link below, and yeah, just honestly, volume on Twitter using Drippy is insane. So on to step number 5. So for step number 5, we're actually going to go over tracking. Okay, so whatever you track will grow. Okay, so use the tracker that I leave down below in the description to actually go in here and to plug in all your interested leads. So what's going to happen is you're going to have people answer, you're going to put their link in here, and then you can actually go ahead and just pick them. Let's just do the date, right? And then you're going to select, you can either select a sub niche, you can write their name, and then what stage they are at. So let's just say they're interested, and then once they book a call or once you close the deal, you can just go in here and just update the stage. And now this is really useful because it'll always tell you who you need to follow up with. And so it's just a quick and easy way to always know where your leads are at. Now, I didn't come up with this specific tracker. I actually got it from a friend, but I forget who. So if you guys know whose this is, then just leave it down below in the comments or something. But yeah, I didn't make this specific tracker, but it works really, really well. So I would highly recommend you guys use it. I'm also going to leave it down in the description below. So again, you want to be super, super diligent with your tracking. If you're not, you really won't be able to keep up, and then leads will slip through the cracks, and just leads slipping through the cracks just means money lost. So remember what Alex Hormozi says, whatever you track will grow. So use the tracker, track all the interested leads, and your client base will 100% grow. Okay. So next we have step number 7, which is consistency. Okay. What I would recommend you do is you just bake doing outreach into your calendar. Okay. Every day, set whatever time you want it to be. It can be 8 a.m., 9 a.m., whatever. Maybe you want to do it at night. I typically check all the campaigns like first thing in the morning, and then at night I will scrape leads so that if I need to update a campaign the next day in the morning, then I would have scraped leads all night, and then my leads are ready to go to set the campaigns first thing in the morning, right? So you always want to make sure all your campaigns are running. So you just want to check them every single day. I highly, highly recommend just never, ever stop doing cold outreach, okay? And the last thing is to know how to carry a conversation, okay? And for this one, I actually do have another video explaining exactly how to carry a conversation. So I will link you to that video right now. It's probably going to pop up on the screen, or it's going to be down below. So just click that link, and that will teach you exactly how to start from the initial message, which you would have crafted in step number 2, to actually get people to book a call. It'll go over one of my favorite concepts, which is the what we do video with the what we do script. So you can go learn about all that in that other video. All right. So that is pretty much it for today, guys. If you found this valuable and you want me to personally set this up and run this for you, just click the link below to book a call with me. I appreciate you staying until the end of this video, and we will talk soon. Peace.